Hi Molavis, welcome to Community 11. My name is Malem Nkosi. If you are returning to the channel, thank you very much, and thank you for the 288 subscribers that have already subscribed. But if you haven't subscribed, fam, please do the things. Please go on and subscribe. We're gonna give you a minute just to get into the ease of it. But otherwise, this is a financial literacy channel dedicated to young Black millennials, right? So we currently have a giveaway, and I'm so excited. This is our very first giveaway. We're giving away this fantastic book by Sam, whatever her surname is. I can't pronounce it. I'm guessing that brand. I can look. So the book is Manage Your Money Like Earn. I feel like everyone who is young, who has just started working, this is definitely one of the books that you need to look into, because we do need to manage our money. Definitely get your hands on this book. Otherwise, unlikely somebody will be getting it for free. It'll be couriered to them for free. Just for subscribing, fam. Just for subscribing. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. But anywho, let's get into today's topic. Why do you pay everyone else apart from yourself? Or why does anyone pay everyone else apart from themselves? And why maybe I pay everyone else apart from myself, you know. It could be something that you're doing, we're all doing, you know. So yeah, let's get into it, guys. I hope you're excited about it. And basically, before we go into the reasons why someone might think it is okay to pay everyone else, it's okay to start with the banker, it's okay to start with True Words, it's okay to start with ShopRite, you know, shopping right and whatever, or Woolworths, or wherever they want to go, right, with their money. Why can't they employ, right, the concept to pay themselves first? Maybe let's just assume they do know the concept of paying yourself first, right? And before we go into the nitty-gritties of why some people might be paying everyone else, let's go into why you actually need to pay yourself first, or what the concept of paying yourself first is about. So paying yourself first essentially entails that before I go anywhere else with my money, I get to keep a portion of it. So whatever income that I get, it might be that, you know, I'm good with like braiding people's hair, I'm good with fixing phones, I am good with doing work for my boss and I'm getting paid. So whatever it is that generates an income for you, right, you get to keep a portion of it. And to go a step further, right, you're not just keeping any portion, you're keeping at least 10% of that portion, right? And you're not restricted to 10%, then. You can keep 50% if you can afford to keep 50%. And sometimes with a lot of people that actually employ this principle of paying themselves first, they do realize that one, you enjoy it, two, you actually can go above that 10% threshold or 10% benchmark that has been set, and get to save more money or get to invest more money. That is basically the gist of paying yourself first, right? But another very important fundamental of paying yourself first is that it is the very first thing that you do with your money. There is nothing or no one that you pay first. So it could be that, hey, skoloto sa get 100,000, no. Unless if I've paid my 10%, bruh, I'm not giving you that 100,000. You know, you get the gist of it now. So we've went into that whole thing of paying yourself first, and I hope now you're starting to understand it and keeping the 10%, and like really that principle that it's as literal as the very first person you pay is you. Rent is due, but no. Up until we get that 10% somewhere that is going to generate more money on our behalf, we're not doing that. So a lot of people that know me know that every month end I already have my financial topics sorted out by 6 a.m. So I think my money comes in around 3 a.m. By 6 I'm done then. I know my budget like the back of my hand. I know what I want to pay myself first on, and that is the very first thing that I do, you know. So I'm paying myself about 30 to 40% of my salary or what I'm earning. And contrary to popular belief, fellow somewhere who thinks I'm earning a couple of income streams. I only have one income stream, and from that income stream I am trying to keep 30 to 40% of that income stream by saving or investing it, right? So another thing that you must also be aware about why some people might be paying everyone else apart themselves might not be living within their means, because if you live within your means, you will understand that one, the part where you need to be paying yourself first, it goes right back to that very first rule of money, is to understand that you need to pay yourself first. The second one for me would be living within your means, right? Living within that income that you have, learning how to stretch it, learning how to focus your energy on the right things, because anything can look like a necessity. Everything can look like a necessity up until you are stricter, up until you learn to become more disciplined, say that, do I really need this thing? Like, I bought 3 books all at once, and that was 3 months ago, right? Did I really need them? Maybe, because knowledge is power, knowledge is wealth. But were they really a necessity? Not necessarily. It depends on what I'm trying to do, right? My goals and your goals are not the same, and they shouldn't be the same. And you shouldn't focus on other people's goals in your financial journey. It should be about your journey, but improving it every single turn, improving it in any means possible, and finding mechanisms that actually work, finding what has worked before and what has worked for people that are really doing well in their financial journey, and then employing those tools in your life, really going and deep diving into it. And from there, after you've deep dived into it and really understand the core of what it entails, actually implementing it in your financial journey and seeing and reaping the rewards, if there are any rewards to reap from it. And you won't know if there are rewards if you never employ it in your journey. So yeah, I said a mouthful there, but I'm very excited about the paying yourself first rule and understanding that you can live within your means and you are able to stretch your salary to accommodate so many things, because at the end of the day, even with life in general, we decide what is a priority, So going out, if that is we're not saying be frugal. Being frugal is a lifestyle, and being frugal sometimes I'd even go as further that it's a behavioral personality type thing, right? I'm not a frugal person, or I'm frugal when it comes to certain things. Everyone has what is called their money dial, right? A money dial is something that you can negotiate, and regardless of how you talk yourself out of it, you'll just end up being like, here, take my money, And for me, that is like food. I love food. I love food. But even with that, I don't prioritize it first over paying myself first, over saving, over investing. I'm not going to take out money from my savings or my investment accounts just to have food, or just to have the food that I'm craving, because I crave things a lot, As you can see, there's meat, man. There's the size, hey. I love food, guys. And I'm sure maybe you'll see pots in the background. So yeah, that is basically the gist of what I wanted to say, and I hope from now forth you're not gonna go on with this behavior, or call it just a bad trade, where you are paying everyone and you I'll even go as further as the psychological being of how some of us have been programmed to think about money, that I need to pay my bills, I need to pay this debt, I need to pay expense, I need to buy or spend my money, or this and this and this. But have you actually went a step further and set with yourself to say, what is it that will help me generate an income in the future? What is it that will help me be able to achieve financial freedom or financial goals, or actually reach my goals, which translate sometimes to financial needs, and that is the thing about when you start paying yourself first, those things start to become more and more clear. What is important, what actually needs attention when it comes to your finances, or what needs attention when it comes to how you spend your money. What is it that you need to focus on when it comes to spending money? There's so many things that you can cut out after paying the fixed costs, like your rent, your bond, your vehicle finance, repayment loans, all those things, right? Those are important. We're not saying don't pay your banker, so please don't don't come here with your bank and then no, that's the video I wanted. She said I will pay myself first, and that's what I've been doing for the past month. No, that is not what I am saying, and that is not what the principle is about. It's not about skip payments to pay yourself. It's pay yourself. That is the first thing. Then see how much within your money, right, can you ensure that you are living within your means by one, buying what is necessary. And another thing that I want to mention, right, that I learned from the Rich Man in Babylon book is how much, I want to leave you with this question: how much money were you able to keep in the past month? Just think about it. You don't have to write in the comment section, but if you want to, you can. And how much money have you been able to keep in the past year, right? How much money have you actually come into contact with, right? And how much of it were you able to keep? So one of the things that I learned from the Rich Man of Babylon was a conversation that was had between Akkad, who's the main character, and all the rich men who basically taught Akkad how to become rich, right? How to actually become the richest man in Babylon. And the conversation when Akkad was still trying to become rich, or was still trying to find ways of becoming rich, was that he realized that Alchemist was a rich man and he wanted to learn from Alchemist, right? And the first rule that Alchemist taught Akkad was to pay himself first. So he needs to pay himself first, and in paying himself first, he needs to pay 10% of what he is going to earn from whatever income, right? And another thing that they spoke about was if he was to pay himself first, and he's paying himself first diligently by keeping the 10% of whatever he comes into contact with, then within 10 years, he will have earned a year's worth of income, or whatever yearly income that he has, right? And that is very interesting. So essentially, he could take a year off from what he's currently doing and be able to do whatever he wants to do with that money, right? And isn't it just nice to think of it that way, that you are buying yourself freedom from whatever you don't like or whatever you would like to do? And I think that's what I want to leave you with, so that you are aware that paying everyone else apart from yourself, there is quite a number of dangers or a number of risks associated with doing that. And I hope this video enlightens you on how you can actually start to pay yourself first and leave everyone else behind. They're not that important. They can come next. You're the most important person in this picture, and your financial journey, your financial growth, your financial health and wealth is very important. So thank you for joining today's episode. And as I've said, every week we release an episode. So join us every Sunday as we release an episode, and you will be growing with us. You will be in this journey of learning, in this journey of growing, in this journey of just being better when it comes to your finances. So thank you very much.